All warfare is based on deception. The surest way to remain poor is to be an honest man. Being shrewd means doing the opposite of what others expect. Whenever possible, employ deception. Victory belongs to the most persevering. There are 5 dangerous faults which may affect a general. A hasty temper, which can be provoked by insults. When I didn't have enough strength, I had to tolerate and yield against my own will. It is easier to find men who will volunteer to die, than to find those who are willing to endure pain with patience. A tiger can't fight a dragon in the sky. It has to wait for the dragon to land on the ground. The will to persevere is often the difference between failure and success. True courage is not just in conquering, but in facing adversity. For every obstacle there is a solution. Persistence is the key. The greatest mistake is giving up. Now the general who wins a battle makes many calculations in his temple ere the battle is fought. The general who loses a battle makes but few calculations beforehand. Thus do many calculations lead to victory, and few calculations to defeat. Never take military action unless there is a certain chance of victory. No war was ever won without a plan. In the last analysis, luck comes only to the well-prepared. The supreme excellence is not in winning every battle, but in defeating the enemy without ever fighting. In the eyes of a coward, all enemies are a great army. In war, it is essential to use psychological factors to create panic among the enemy. When defeating the enemy's army, it is not enough to destroy their material power. It is more important to shatter their morale. Courage is the primary quality that a soldier must possess. A true warrior doesn't need a sword to fight. The most powerful weapon on earth is the human soul on fire. There are only 2 forces in the world, the sword and the spirit. It is a fact that under equal conditions, large-scale battles and whole wars are won by troops which have a strong will for victory, clear goals before them, high moral standards, and devotion to the banner under which they go into battle. Place your army in deadly peril, and it will survive. Plunge it into desperate straits, and it will come off in safety. To win any battle, you must fight as if you are already dead. Attack must seize the key points and avoid doing unnecessary things. The best defense is a good offense. He who fires first with the greatest firepower and the best aim, wins. War is an act of violence, and violence has no limits. The art of war is simple enough. Find out where your enemy is. Get at him as soon as you can. Strike him as hard as you can, and keep moving on. We can keep our forces concentrated, while the enemies must be divided. We can form a single united body, while the enemy must split up into fractions. To attack an inferior force with a superior one, our opponents will be in dire straits. Demanding oneself is better than demanding others. If you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles. If you wish to control others, you must first control yourself. The only conquests which are permanent and leave no regrets are our conquest over ourselves. The difference between a blunt knife and a sharp knife is not just determined by the quality of the blade, but also by the skill of the wielder. I am not afraid of an army of lions led by a sheep. I am afraid of an army of sheep led by a lion. The greatest leader is not necessarily the one who does the greatest things. He is the one that gets the people to do the greatest things. A leader is a dealer in hope. The broader your mind, the farther your war horse can gallop. The commander stands for the virtues of wisdom, sincerity, benevolence, courage and strictness. Advance when you should advance, retreat when you should retreat. In war, there is always a need for both. Strategy is a system of makeshifts. It is the art of acting under the pressure of the most demanding conditions. Therefore, just as water retains no constant shape, so in warfare there are no constant conditions. He who can modify his tactics in relation to his opponent and thereby succeed in winning, may be called a heaven-born captain. The greatest enemy of a good plan is the dream of a perfect plan. Plans are nothing. Planning is everything. In the practical art of war, the best thing of all is to take the enemy's country whole and intact. Supreme excellence consists in breaking the enemy's resistance without fighting. Don't fight a battle if you don't gain anything by winning. Politics is war without bloodshed, while war is politics with bloodshed. No one should start a war, or rather, no one should engage in war, without first being clear in his mind what he intends to achieve by that war and how he intends to conduct it. The only way to win World War III is to prevent it. Thanks for watching.